I summed it up the other day when I snapped and flipped my lid on the one group because they just weren't bringing it. But it's not that they weren't bringing it as much as that. It's the attitude that comes with it. And I summed it up into this as if I find like so many kids are so worried about being beauties, you know, like a hockey beauty.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I'm just for moms and dads and what's that? Yeah, the good style, the words, like, you know, like if you go with someone that's actually like when Owen Lalonde and I talk, and you and Welly and Dalton and, you know, all the guys that play hockey, when we speak, we actually don't say, "Hey man, can you sauce me the ketchup?"
Yeah.
Like that might come out as a joke once in
Yeah.
a while, you know, and we don't have all these gong show TV words. We just talk like human beings, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, number
Seriously.
one, when someone hasn't played hockey, when they talk like that, it's because they didn't really accomplish what they were supposed to accomplish, right?
Yeah.
Like the actual bus in the dressing room, like there's some joking and stuff, but it's like guys actually don't talk like that.
Yeah. The long hair, have a chew.
Yeah.
Like always have a chew in.
Yeah.
Like honest to God, man.
Yeah.
Like it's okay to not do that.
Yeah.
You know?
But my issue is another stupid sentence. My issue with this is people, the kids grow up being beauties, and they try to be beauties. And when the player is trying to be a beauty, he's not working on his game.
Yeah.
So I see so many times the kids coming out and they, the dressing room stuff, and that stuff is what it is. But when they come on the ice, it's like, just shut up.
Yeah.
There's some of them have they want to be so busy chirping and being cool on the ice, and they just get fucking outworked.
Mm-hmm.
They just get outworked.
Yeah.
It's all ego. That's exactly. So what happens is you get it's 10 times out of 10, not 9 times out of 10. It's 10 times out of 10. A kid comes out on the ice, and when he goes against Owen, for example, like Charlie couldn't wait to go against you one-on-ones and stuff, right? Which is a good thing. And trust me, if Owen's going 100% and he's going 100%, you're beating him. But in his head, he goes, okay, I got to beat him because that's the guy I'm going to be playing against next year. And that's the attitude. And it was like, he wasn't talking about beating you. Whereas other guys, that the beauties, what they do is they match up who they're going to go against so they don't look stupid.
Yeah.
They're worried about failing. And failing, don't worry about failing. Failing's winning.
Mm-hmm.
You fail a bunch of times, you're going to win eventually, and you're getting ahead of the game. But the attitude is with the kids that are beauties. It's all about the tape job. It's all about the.
It's high school on the ice, man.
That's what it seriously is, and it's annoying as hell.
Yeah.
It's annoying,
Yeah.
and so that's what I was talking about with these kids. I said, you're so worried about making a beauty saw. Like there's a couple guys on the ice the other day. We're doing just a simple 4 blue line series. And every pass for the first couple, I was like, okay, I got to let them be kids a little bit too. It was kids at 16, 17. Though.
Yeah.
You should be serious about it. And every pass had to be sauce. So finally, I'm like, guys, can we just speed up the drill a little bit?
Yeah.
Like, we're not practicing sauce passes.
Yeah.
So, but that's like a cool thing, right? And these two are guys that they haven't accomplished anything yet.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, you're getting on my nerves now.
Mm-hmm.
And you want to piss off a coach, like you always want the coach to be on your side, but you want to piss off a coach, start doing shit like that just gets under their skin, and now you start hating their guts.
Well, the other day, so I came up with yesterday. I came on the ice, and there's a couple. We were talking about this earlier. A couple of guys that are older, that are supposed to be like the top players in the group because they're older and they're going to play wherever, whatever league.
Yeah.
And
moving on a bit.
Yeah. And so I come out and watch these guys play, and it's like, you guys are supposed to be good players. You're not playing real hockey right now. So what does that mean when I say that? So it means you guys only try when you have the puck. You're not passing like it's a real game. You're not back checking. You're not moving your feet. You're changing on the back check every time. You're not getting in any shot lanes.
Changing very slowly because
slow moving, man. Like we talk about body language.
Yeah.
We were talking about that last week, body language. It's like the sourpuss face, never talking to anybody, just walking in the building and not saying anything. That's like the attitude on these guys. Yeah. And then on the ice, they're doing shit like that.
Yeah.
And I'm watching. I'm like, this isn't real hockey. Like you guys. So now in our scrimmage game yesterday, the score's 14-13. Mm-hmm. It's like, that's not real hockey.
Yeah.
Like 14-13.
Yeah. It was a good game for what it was.
Yeah. But it's like that's a football score, and the reason that it gets that high scoring is because that bear down that you're talking about, like the 3-2 game in the Stanley Cup Finals.
Yeah,
it's like that effort level is not there, and you can't expect that all the time from the kids, which is fine. But that like intention, like that's what the bar should be.
Yeah. Well, the other thing on that is that I love this when the older guys, so those guys that you were talking about, and they're the one I especially think is a good player.
Mm-hmm.
that has a potential. And I think that, I don't want to say the atmosphere drags them down, but the scrimmage environment without refs and being a real game, and knowing that it's not a real game, I think some guys just
Totally.
But you know what? You're a goof when
Yeah.
you do that.
Yeah.
But anyways, when you're the older guy, and like part of the beauty thing is that when you're a year or two older, what happens to a lot of these guys is they think that because this is the truth, right? If I actually really try, and Griffin Grunder or one of the McPherson boys who's 2-3 years younger is competing with me, that won't look good.
Right.
So I can only try in certain situations, and I'm going to put on the show like I'm older and I'm just here to, I'll sauce it and I won't go compete. But yeah, that's real good for you.
Yeah.
The thing is I love having the older guys play with the younger guys because it's actually good for the older guys because the younger guys want to beat them.
Yeah.
So it's a competition no matter what. So like if you go there with a shit attitude and being a beauty, and I'm not. He took the puck from me, I'm not trying. No, he took the puck from me because you're not willing to try because you're afraid that you're going to lose.
Yeah.
And I like it when the older guys push. Like when you decide to turn it on with the younger guys, what happens is, well, this is a perfect example. When you and Cress come on the ice, or who was it? Who else the other day? Logan Mayu came on the ice, first round NHLer. Everyone goes, like even parents, they go, "Holy shit, man, are they good?" I'm like, well, that's actually what a hockey player is.
Yeah.
That's the base. That's the base minimum of
baseline.
Yeah. So when you guys turn it on to like, and I love it for my son because he wants that competition level. When you guys turn it on, it's like, oh shit, I got like comparable. It's like I got a long way to go.
Yeah.
To be a pro.
Yeah. Well, the slight side tangent on this, but for me, what was fun about hockey is the competition part. Like, that's what's fun. So people ask me, because I haven't played for 4 years now. Yeah. And people always say, well, why don't you go play like, why don't you join like a beer league thing or whatever? Like, how come you don't want to play at all? Like, and I'm like, no, because what's fun about hockey is trying really hard. Like when it's a super competitive, close game and guys are grinding and like trying to score and getting in front of shots and the boys getting all fired up. And that is what's fun. Yeah. And when that's not there, now it's not fun anymore. So obviously for me, I'm not trying to get better at hockey necessarily ever again. But for these guys on the ice, when you go out there and you just float, there's nothing beneficial about that because now it's like you're trying to do like a skills practice. Yeah. You're just floating around and it's not like a real game. And then what happens is you do that for a couple weeks in a row. Then you show up to your junior camp and you've practiced bad habits now. Like you've practiced floating on the back check, bad changes. Okay.